Hello everybody. Now again in continuation with the disk scheduling algorithm, let us discuss the scan scheduling algorithm. Okay, so this scan scheduling algorithm can be used to overcome the drawbacks of shortest seek time first scheduling. So the main idea behind the scan scheduling is that the read write disk head will start reading the tracks or serving the tracks starting from one end, and it will move towards the other end, and once it is reaching the other end, the disk head reverses its direction and continue with its service whichever comes on the way. Now, as per the scan scheduling is concerned, as we know that it is moving from one end to other end, that means the read write head is continuously oscillating between the two ends. Now let us have the exact idea how exactly this scan scheduling is working. So let us consider the example. Yeah, one more point here is that before applying this scan algorithm, you should keep in mind the direction of head movement and the head's current position. Okay, so I'm considering the same request queue as I have taken for the previous two examples of FCFS and shortest seek time first scheduling algorithm. The request queue is same, that is 100, 185, 40, 120, 20, 130, 65 and 85. These are the track numbers. Okay, so we are imagining that currently the head direction is from 0 to the other end, and we as we have already considered, the current position of read write head is 50. So it is going to serve all the tracks which is onto its right hand side. Okay, so let us understand this one. Already here I have given the way in which it is going to process all the tracks which are onto the right hand side of the track number 50. That means it is going to process 65, 85, 100, 185, 120, okay, and 130. Okay, so they have placed it here in the order, that is 65, 85, 100, 120, 130 and 85. And after the read write head is moving to the other direction, okay, to the end, it will flip itself, it will change its position, and it will come back towards the left hand side and serving all the tracks which are on its way. So let us have the clear idea about this one. So we are calling this kind of disk scheduling algorithm as elevator algorithm. Okay, so let us discuss this head movement afterwards. You people can calculate how to do that. In this algorithm video, I'm not going to calculate about the head movement. Totally, I'm telling you that it is 328 track head movements. So please, you people can check out how exactly it will be. I'll show you the movement of the read write head when you are using scan algorithm. So let us start. I'll just give the track numbers first. So these are the track numbers, and we are considering the initial position of read write head to be at track number 50. Now starting from 50, from one end, that is starting from 50, now we will start reading all the tracks which are on to the right hand side of track number 50. So it will start from track number 50 and it is going to process first track number 65, followed by 85, then track number 100 is processed, followed by track number 120, track number 130, track number 185. Now after processing track number 85, we don't have any track beyond 185 which needs certain IO operations to be performed. So now the read write head will change its position or change its direction, reverses its direction and starts processing all the values which falls onto the left hand side of track number 185. So only we are having two tracks, that is track number 40 and 20. So it will process track number 40 first, followed by track number 20. So this is the way in which the scan algorithm works. I hope you people understood this one. And as I have told you, you are supposed to calculate the total head movement, which will be somewhere around 328 tracks, which is better than the first come first serve scheduling algorithm, but it is not better than the shortest seek time first.